All right. Good morning, self. It is Monday, 2/13, the day before Valentine's Day. And I had a little bit of a late start this morning. I got out of bed at like 8:30. I was tired, so I slept in, which is acceptable. It's better to feel decent than to try to force myself to continue when I'm really tired. So yesterday I was on Sim. I have that video, and the number one thing I noticed is that I'm taking a lot of trades. So I think that's conducive of really not having a plan that I'm following. So that'll be the main thing that I work on today. I want to put an emphasis on following my plan and having patience and waiting for quality setups. Quality over quantity. So in the overnight session, it was pretty quiet, and the overnight session from Friday, going into Friday, and Friday session were very quiet. And today, we've broken above that range, and we're attempting to hold above the range. So, the day after the Super Bowl, it's known that a lot of people take off from work. And that includes the financial sector. We also have CPI tomorrow. So we have a little bit of news at 11, but I'm not sure how much that's going to affect the market, but we're going to keep it in mind. We have CPI tomorrow, so the market could be quiet ahead of those days, ahead of tomorrow. And given that a lot of people might be off from work. So we want to kind of taper our expectations. Looking at this, the first thing that I think is mean reversion. So coming into today, I'm going to be looking for mean reversion until proven otherwise. So that means that we have more of a downward skew currently. So the primary trade of the day would be at the open. If the market holds this range and impulse is higher, then we're going to look for failure at or ahead of the previous week's volume point of control at 25, which also aligns with this LVN here from Friday. So we have the overnight high to observe, and then after that we have the previous week's volume point of control. So we want to look for a short at those two locations, but primarily the 25 location for mean reversion back to Friday's range. And then if we break into Friday's range, then we're going to be looking for the lower end of Friday's range at 40.80. Okay? So that's the primary setup this morning. And the secondary setup is if the market at the open pushes lower, but then we see an impulse back above the previous day's range, then there's potential to test this location to the long side. So in that scenario, we could look for long, targeting this location, and then if this location decides not to reject and it bases out, then we could look for 4150. If we reach this location, we start making lower highs and lower lows, then we could expect reversion. And if we base out in this area and we don't see any sort of rejection, then we could look for higher. To the other side, 4080 is the target, but if we don't see buyers step in at this area, then we could potentially see 4070, which is really like the key for this area. Previous low day and previous week's low. Same thing, if we don't find steep rejection of this area to the upside, then we could look for 4055. And then 4030, which is the naked volume point of control from January 30th and the over-under line. Specifically, John says his first scenario is an attempt higher and a fail ahead of the previous week's volume point of control and revert lower. He'd expect an open at around yesterday's high, initial push higher that stalls out ahead of 4125, and then he's looking for lower highs stalling and then an impulse lower below the open. He'd expect the FS levels to become resistance and a test of previous close and yesterday's point of control. So yesterday's point of control is at 80-ish. Okay, so previous volume point of control is at 4100. And then where we would expect the test of 80. So then, falling back in yesterday's range, he'd look for a test of the 80 stock zone, which is the key for this idea. If that area is not rejected, we'll be open to a test of 70, yesterday low, previous week's low. On an initial test of that area, expect some volatility and attempt to lower, then buyers firm up, and price reverts back into range quietly for a quiet close. Alternatively, the big surprise today could be if price falls below previous week's low, and if it's not supported, then the trend starts to unwind for the shorts. It would be a surprise, but a possibility. Next target would be 40-50 strike and then 40-30 stock zone. Scenario 2, yesterday's range is supported, previous week's volume point of control tested and accepted. $4,100. Would look for an early attempt below previous close, yesterday point of control that is rejected at 4,100. Would look for an impulse higher that pushes yesterday high and takes the overnight high. FS levels are supported, prices unable to make higher highs / lows, and then the key target is 25. If the 25 area is tested, not immediately rejected, expect an area to form a line in the sand and price to begin to grind higher. The key target would be 40-50 stock zone. So, this morning, we know the context is mean reversion and potentially quietness. So that's the plan that we're going to be sticking to. We're also going to be really focusing, like I wrote in my goals from Friday and I discussed in my video from yesterday. On this chart, I'm going to have it zoomed out and it's going to be the main chart that I view. so that I don't become myopic with short-term context. And I want to be very keen about reading the higher time frame structure and then anticipating potential areas to interact with the market. I want to take quality A+ setups, and kind of move away from the mistakes I've been making of taking like shorts while we have, like, let's say we have this structure and we break up above. Don't be shorting like this. That's something that I do. And also, don't be shorting into key locations or longing into them. We're looking for outside edges. So especially while we're expecting kind of a quiet day today, although there could be some surprises, we want to be waiting for outside edges to participate with the market. Pay attention to how I start feeling when the market opens. When my emotional state starts to spike, let's really work on keeping myself calm today, and not trying to catch every move like I was doing in Sim, taking 12, 14 trades. Because, a lot of the times less is more. So let's wait for quality. Let's be okay with letting moves pass us by. Because when quality moves come about, I'm going to know that they're there. I shouldn't have to squint and kind of guess. Like I said in my journal, I said, so have a slow enough mind to purposely track the higher time frame context means I would not have to take any trades here. Am I squinting for trades? Why? And then the perspective I'm missing is no slowness to my approach. My mind is fast and emotional, not being intentional about slowing down the action to actually understand what happens. I want the action, and I will not miss anything. Then I make a comparison to pickleball and how I slow down the ball. When I have intentionality with every hit, which is something I do experience sometimes when I'm on my game. I have intentionality with every shot. Decide to remember how I feel when I slow down to play. What does it look like? So let's take pride in having a slow mind and not acting because I really want to catch a move, which is something that manifests itself but doesn't show directly. So let's feel the satisfaction of walking through the minefield with precision instead of running through it to get lucky. Okay? So the market opens in 30 seconds. So we have our plan laid out, and we're ready to go. So we open up. I'm actually going to zoom this chart in at first. And we're pretty balanced here. See a little bit of exhaustion. Test lower. But come back up and we're testing now here, the 08. Test higher. Very balanced at the open here. Initially, now we see a break. And we're testing the volume down here. We're right at the retail price. So now we're coming down. previous high day, picked. Volume checked. Return. A little too quick. Okay, so we just tested the high here. We tested the 4100, and we didn't get fully there, but now there's potential for continuation. If we come down to VWAP, we could see some potential for a long. Start zooming out here. So we saw it chop, chop, chop. It's holding, then it breaks the high. Stop pick, 09 opening swing, and we just tested the low. We volume up at 08.5. We're still looking for a test of that 4100 to see how price reacts. We have a lot of liquidity down at 4100. So the outside edge right now is at 08-ish. That was a pretty good impulse to the downside. And we tested the VWAP, but we couldn't quite get there. See a little bit of structure here. Yes, open auction at the edge of yesterday's range. Both sides of opening swing tested. Okay, so we're coming up. We just test VWAP. We still have the volume up here at 08-ish. VPOC migration. So on a VPOC migration, we have this outside edge here. We break the low with volume. A test of 06 could also offer some potential. Small VWAP to VPOC. And that's up at this volume here. So that impulse, and then we retested, and the FS levels held as resistance. and we see VPOC migrate. And now we're coming down into yesterday's close, point of control. Coming up. Basing.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Okay, so we got stopped on that. Let's look to see if we could find a test of this VHVN. Which is at 07.75. So let's see how we react towards this VHVN. Some stops picked. That was the high picked. We're starting to see a little bit of continuation. Run stops. Overnight high is on the hit list. Yes, nice response out of yesterday's range on our first impulse of the day higher. So we have 08 as the edge of the range. VWAP at 07. And the VHVN there too, so that's a potential area to interact. And if it doesn't get there, that's okay. There's no need to play everything. So we see break down, pick above the high, grind below the low, retest, break low, kind of strong impulse above this. On the VPOC migration, I take my short, I get stopped at VPOC, at VWAP. We hold this volume, impulse above, test, impulse, retest the high. Now we're up here auctioning at this upper range with the overnight high at the hit list. And so long as we hold the 09, there's potential for continuation to the overnight high. Okay, so we're breaking down. We're looking at the VWAP and also the VHVN. We want to see a pick of the VWAP. May not get it. I saw the impulse, but we didn't get that pick of the VWAP that I wanted. And now we're up testing this area, but we know we have the overnight high here. Still looking for mean reversion though. There was potential to play towards the overnight high, but we're still looking for mean reversion mostly. So we just impulsed above on a very strong impulse. Not yet to take out the overnight high. Testing the HVN. So we missed the overnight high by 1 or 2 ticks, and now we're auctioning lower here, but we did impulse above it, so certainly potential to continue for the overnight high. We test the high here. This guy Ned says above ONH, looking for micro composite high volume node 25 to 30, which is a high volume area. We see a VPOC migration here. Now there's a potential for VWAP to VPOC, right? We want to we want to try to wait for an outside edge. We just took out the overnight high. Iceberg stepping in. So we just auctioned the high here. Now we're returning, and we'll see if it can return to the VPOC or if it breaks. And ideally, we would look for a VWAP to VPOC with it aligning with the prior volume and the VHVN. Yeah, Sable stubbornly hold above
Sell
RTH
iceberg.
levels.
Ice talks.
So that was a pretty strong break there. So here's a return back down. So we rejected pretty heavily from there. We're still going to see potential VWAP to VPOC if that presents itself. So I think we did tap the overnight high, but we just broke it. So unable to reach the VWAP and VPOC. We're back above the VPOC. Testing the volume. We kind of break it. This little micro volume here. But now we're back above. The book is kind of thin. There's not a crazy amount of volume on this move. Yes, decent lifting, but a real grind. So we're holding the VPOC, but there's a battle going on. Outside edge is still VWAP. Acknowledge that this is a very large impulse. We did come down to this area, and this could be a potential long, but this impulse is kind of intense. We are back by the highs though. Yes, if RTH levels continue to be my short-term, RTH continue to be my short-term LIS for higher. If they fail it, I expect a rotation test FSVWAP. So the RTH levels are at 09. We didn't get the test. I was looking at this as a potential long, but with this large impulse, it didn't seem like an A+ setup to me. But now we've broken above, and holding above 15, we think that there's potential for 25 and 30. High volume node at 15. Testing an LVN here. Little selling structure. Not seeing such a clear entry on this. We do have some volume at 14. But this was a selling structure. Above the high, we saw 132 stops, then 19 stops, and then a break. So we test the VPOC here. We'll see if we could reach VWAP and mid. So we see a tap and then a lift and then another one. Now we're starting to break the volume. We'll see how we react to this location with potential to tap these areas. And we also have the VHVN at 7.75. So there we see a pick of VWAP. We're in the LVN. So we do get it, but it's really quick. Let's see if we get a retest. So now we're retesting this volume here. We broke this and we're retesting this. It's important to notice that prices couldn't really be sustained above here. So there's potential for mean reversion upon some sort of selling structure of this area. What we just saw was a break high and then a retest, kind of like a break low. The volume's up at 16. So this could be, according to our first plan of mean reversion, could begin looking for potential shorting opportunities.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
So my stop is at 18, so it's 0.5. I entered at 15.5. So that's right there. But it looks like this isn't gonna work. Might try to pick me off first. That guy pulls, so it opens the door. A lot of liquidity up here. Notice that stepped in. I think I might have just jumped the gun a little bit. So it picked me off. We see 116 stops there. And it's going. So now our next location is 25. Yeah, I don't see any structure attached to that. So no structure. That's my first big mistake today. But what we see is we got the VPOC test, the VWAP test, and then we see pretty decent lifting, and now we're seeing very large volume. So we want to make sure that we have structure attached to our trade. After seeing this large impulse, a lot of the times it balances out. So we want to be patient to wait for things to shake out a little bit. There's decent range on this, and a trade from 25 would offer a good amount of risk reward. We want to see that liquidity at 25 tested though, and the previous week's volume point of control tested. That's really the key area that we're looking for. Yes, cumulative delta continues to blast higher on the move. 4125, as noted, is the key target for today. Watching to see if we get a test and what the reaction will be. Should be a good clue as to what the rest of the session may hold. Here's the pick into the location. Iceberg holding it down. It took the liquidity.
Sell Iceberg.
Sell ice there. Some decent exhaustion up there on that sell ice.
Order submitted.
Gonna take a small risk.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
because we see the break here.
Order submitted.
It tested the volume here. Yes, fight at 25s. Oh boy.
Order submitted.
All right. So we see a big VPOC migration there. Big fight going on. Don't want to be involved. So we've broken. Coming into this area. Price check. Liquidity stepping in underneath and above. We have a small high volume node here. Yeah, since RTH Open cumulative delta has been quite strong. I think that means there's a potential for continued trend. So we hold this volume here with the VPOC migration. So with that being done, how does that affect my potential plans? Well, there's a big battle going on here, and that's why this happened. But they do hold off this area. It becomes the retail price, most traded price. Still holding this volume, but weak. We could not test higher. So I think there's potential to give this back. So we broke here. This looks like a selling structure. High volume node here. Certainly some potential for a short. with very tight risk. So this is a line in the sand. There's good range now for a VPOC, VWAP to VPOC. We have an LVN sitting at 18-ish. Yeah, so far this is looking like my second scenario, but really both ideas, I was expecting a test of 4125, so I'm not married to that idea. Yeah, so we could kind of go either way. But, I mean, look at this move. And what we're seeing is a grind lower and then an impulse higher. We couldn't really get so far in that rotation down. Because this isn't really what we expected with these VPOC migrations. So it is kind of looking like the second scenario because this is more of a trending move. So we made this low here, outside edge at the LVN here, which is above the 15 level. And then we also have VWAP and mid. Sell and structure. That was a pretty clean structure. So we hold this volume. Really big uptrend, grinding down, retest pretty quickly, hold. Basing out here below 25, it looks. Still looking for outside edges. First one's at 17.5 to 18. Second one is at VWAP, which is curling higher. So first signs of a break here. Okay, so we hold this for now. We'll see if we do in the future. And we test the volume again, which created another small selling structure. Another test. And here we're getting a break. First thing we're looking for is this LVN. Not quite there yet. Little ice, sell ice stepping in. We saw 125 stops in that break, and now we just saw 21 stops. Little battle going on. Pretty quick. Pretty quick there. That is a test though. And now we're up testing the volume of the first swing. We tap it, and there's a little bit of resistance happening. This is a high volume node. 5,700 contracts here. Looks like a selling structure. So that looked like a shorting structure. Here's a retest. Liquidity stepping in at 18. Yes.
Okay, and you fill up some top?
Yep.
And you do the highest amount that you make?
Yeah, but I already had a cup, so you don't need to.
Okay, so.
I gotta poop. Okay. Well, looks like I missed a lot. We have the IB coming out in a few minutes. Expect to continue higher for the 29.75, says John. So that's really important on John's part because he made a plan that included this 25 level, and instead of him having just one idea at this location, he's very open to potential. So we have stops underneath this swing, and then we also have the VWAP. So what we're seeing is a large impulse, right? And then a base. So I don't want to be doing this at the beginning of the large impulse. It's something I usually do. Because look what happens. It's very choppy. So we test the volume at 21. Some volume building up leading to this location. Huge liquidity at 30. There was this opportunity and this. This was a structure, but it was very quick. And kind of hard to pick the bottom on that with that little structure. So both sides are straddling. Still liquidity at 25. Volume building for this iceberg. Looks like it may break. Maybe another VPOC migration. So that's another VPOC migration. So this price is too low at 22.5.
Buy stocks.
And there's the pick. $22.5 is too low. Tapping the VPOC.
Buy stocks.
It's kind of difficult to get on board there. But I guess I could have done it. Because we see the test lower and then a break higher and a pullback. Strangely, we see a little selling structure. But it is kind of just like a zipper at the high here. So there's a ledge at 25. We tap the ledge. And it looks like we're going to continue. So there's some continuation. Looks like shorts are in the squeezeteria. IB is about to be set. So the IB is set at the high and immediately taken out. Liquidity is firming up here at the singles. We have that ledge at 25. IB is at 28.25. Or 29.25. Somewhere in there. So it looks like we're having an IBF. $28.75, that's what it looks to be. So we have the ledge at 25, then we have VHVN at 22.5, and then we have VWAP. We have an LVN here that is starting to align with VWAP. But on this IBF, we're looking to get aligned to the long side. Liquidity is firming up and pushing down. Noting relative volume also continuing to run well, below average so far. So we test the volume down here, LVN. And we tested the IBH again. So our extended target is 50. Building some volume here at the IB. Testing the volume again. If you're not on this long, this isn't the environment to get FOMO. Just let it pass. Wait for the next one. And if there's not a next one today, well, at least you aren't from Philly. And if you are, well, it's just not your day. Maybe drown your tears in a cheesesteak. Yeah, so we have a few areas to interact, but this is not one of them. If we break the liquidity to the upside, then we would look for an IBC. That's a legit setup. So we're basing above 25, and now we're pushing. Some volume building, liquidity still stepping in, sell ice stepping in at the high. That's the mistake I always make. But I did a line now. I'm waiting patiently. I haven't found an opportunity to interact yet. But maybe I will get one. So now we are testing the IB from above. John says, I kid my Philly brethren. I lived and traded there for several years in an office full of Eagles fans, so I get a pass for poking a little fun. So John has been trading for many, many years. There's hope and faith for me. Just reading that. I've been trading this strategy for under a year. So who knows how I'm going to be doing the exact same thing after 2 or 3. Time is my friend. So we're basing right under this liquidity, and we're basing at the high. And we're pushing through the liquidity. We still have 485 contracts up there. And they're adding. Now it's 540. Here's a retest of the IBH. Liquidity stepping in underneath, trying to push the book. We have stops underneath here, and we haven't tested the ledge. So we're testing the lower edge here. Looks like it's attempting to hold it. But I would not be surprised at all to watch it continue. And here we are getting some continuation. So this area is aligned perfectly for a pick into the LVN at VWAP. Oops. So it looks like we're creating this little distribution here. So we did hold. I said VWAP to VPOC would be nice. Pig swing into LVN aligned with VWAP. No FOMO, anticipating potential. Broke. This is its own structure here, basing above. If we break above, then we have the potential for IBC. Stop would have to be below this area. Unless we see a clear cut.
Did you eat?
No.
I just made a smoothie.
Nice.
But I didn't make a lot.
Oh, really?
It wasn't on purpose. You have an avocado.
Oh. God.
I want to see it. In order to see an ENT, you need to get a referral, so I'm waiting on calling back.
Would you be willing to bring me a cotter?
I would be really, but I don't want to.
And the tuna bag, it's in the pantry. Thank you. I love you. Watching paint dry. Ah! There's gonna be a big move from this. I'm expecting to the upside. $575 contracts there. Thank you.
I got you a fork, but you can. And you want a pair?
Sure.
Need a spoon. Oh,
Puppy wants tuna. Puppy. From the higher time frame chart, this is a micro composite high volume node at 25 going into 30. Something seems to be happening.
Price talks.
Okay, well, that's a break. Puppy. So now we have the IBH at whatever, wherever it is, 29-ish. And there it goes. So we're observing for a pullback towards 30.
Price talks.
A lot of
Price
fuel.
talks.
Lots of fuel. So now we're looking to see if we can catch a pullback. So that's very strong impulse. We see volume kind of thinning a little on the way up, but that doesn't mean anything
pops.
really. There's a lot of fuel above. Small high volume node at 33. Only 14 stops up there, so potential for a counter rotation. Rory. Yeah, please.
Little puppy. That's not how you act. There's no begging like that.
So we're testing. No spoon. Building some volume here. Liquidity stepping in under, the brick is moving upwards. Facing at the high. So I think we're going to continue here. Testing. Still looking for a counter rotation. We have news coming out in 5 minutes. So we had a break high on volume and now we're grinding low on lower volume. We tap. Buyers come in and support. Hey, Dev. Hey, Dev. Dev. Do you want to play some pickle?
No, I'll play later.
Come
I'm
on.
just like getting into the groove right now. Also, I'm really not feeling that great. But
Dev.
you can go play.
No.
Isn't this competition horrible on Mondays, you said?
Yeah, that's why I want me and you to play each other and maybe beat some other people.
I'm sorry. Next week, I'm not 100% right now. I'll do hot yoga later. I'll play. I'm just going to go later. I'll go off.
Loser. Liquidity steps into the book here, kind of interesting. Gives it a kickstart for maybe more of a counter rotation. So I thought this was potentially the Head and Shoulders. Now I'm thinking that it's potentially this. Crazy how the fractals work, right? Or maybe this will be the shoulder, and then we'll get up to 50 fractals. Fractals. A lot of liquidity stepping into the book here. May just continue from here. We haven't really had. I mean, this could certainly pull back. Because you see there's a grind and then a push. It really doesn't even get back to this location before continuing. And then we had this really strong impulse. And this 33.75 area is yet to be picked. The market cannot break through that area yet. And we just broke up above. And we're testing. Starting to find some value in here. So notice how we're pulling out to the outside edge of this distribution. It's very tiny. 5.4, it's really like 4.5 point range. It's not really giving back much. Multi-distribution profile separated by LVNs. A pullback to the IB may be quick. We have the Euro close volatility coming in. Starting to look like a selling structure. This low is considered weak at 33.75. Weak structure. A break below will likely bring the IB. But every time we get back towards it, we hold. Would like to see it break below. Lots of stops. So the key idea is that since I know that this is a weak structure and there's a ton of stops under here, why am I going to place my stops where everyone else's stop is? That's acting like a retail trader. I could think like one and think, okay, if I was a retail trader, my stop would be under here. But I should not be acting like one. What are we seeing? Back here again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches. Structure. Structure. Maybe a break. We're gonna try again to get away from it. That was pretty large volume. No stops yet. Big battle. Just does not want to give this up. There's a lot of stops under here. So we see some icebergs accumulating. Not too many, but some. Volume. Coming up to the top of this structure. Above the structure, there's not so much. This really is like watching paint dry.
Vice tops.
Okay, volume and a pick. Pretty strong volume there. Didn't want to give up that 33 level. Little cell and structure, and then micro LVN. Oi, oi, oi. So we just touched the outside edge of this distribution. We know stops are under here. So a pick here could offer some potential upon seeing a return into the distribution. I think higher risk is entering here, looking for continuation. And that's a mistake I make, which is where I entered looking for a breakout. And we also know there's not so much volume attached to the structure. There's a lot of stops around 3 points below. I also don't want to have my stop where all these stops are, and I can't really place my stop somewhere in the middle of this high volume node. For that reason, I'm out. Boom, 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 boom. Things might get crazy here. Let's see. We're only a few seconds out from 11:20. Let's see how the market reacts to the euro close volatility. Here's 11:20. Starting to curl up, it looks. Forward to Zion, going forward to Zion. So, what do we do? Come down. Coming down, 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 down. Whoa, Fook. Will this finally be it? Oh, wait. So now, shoulder, head, and what are we gonna see? What are we gonna see? If we break this area, I think that we're probably gonna want to retest it, and the higher time frame target is 50. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Do it, do it. Do it, do it. Don't be afraid, do it. Do it, do it. Do it, just do it. Oh, oh, oh. Oh. Do it. Do it. Do the roar. Do the roar. Do the roar. This guy is helping. Help harder. Come on, you're the one with the money. Oh, oh, oh. Do it! Do it! Do it! Oh my god. I think we might see a VPOC migration. VPOC migration. VWAP to VPOC. Boom, I said it. There. Okay. I said it. Going forward to Zion. Oh. Na, 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 na. Ah! Ah! Come from the land of the ice and snow, the midnight angel arch can glow.
Let me feel your arms around my waist. Let the music play.
Ah! Looks like it wants to break. Can't short it. Shorts could work, but it's counter trend. Do it, do it.
Let the music play louder every day, my love. When the lights are low, you set my heart glow. Let the music play louder every day, my love. When the lights are low.
Bo, 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 bo. Go, go, go. Oh shit. Things are happening. It's happening! It's happening! Stops. Dummies with their stops. Dummies and their stops.
When I was just a little child, happiness was there a while. Then from me it slipped one day. Happiness, come back, I say. And if you don't come running, go looking, yeah, for happiness. And if you don't come running, go looking, yeah, for happiness. I've done you no wrong. I've done you no wrong. Reveal yourself to me.
This is like watching paint dry.
I say, I'm a hurting inside. And I'm a hurting inside.
I like the song.
together like school children. The hurt was just in vain.
LVN.
Of your weary child, happiness come back a while. And if you don't come around, go looking, yeah, for happiness. And if you don't come around, go looking, yeah, for happiness. And I've done you no wrong. You've got to believe me. I've done you no wrong.
Interesting. LVN tap.
Reveal yourself to me. I said,
Potential long.
I'm hurting inside.
But have to be scaled within like 2 points. Only 23 stops down there. I mean, we know there's more lower.
Let the world unite. No fussing, no fighting. Let the world unite. No fussing, no fighting. Why can't we live in peace and harmony? Why do we hurt each other when we could live as sisters and brothers? What was hidden from the wise, now revealed to the base and certain. Now is the time for us to join hands together. Let the world unite. No fussing, no fighting. Let the world unite. No fussing, no fighting. The children are crying and the babies are dying. He that hath eyes, let him see them die. He that hath ears, let him hear them cry. Let the world unite. No fussing, no fighting. Let the world unite. No fussing, no fighting. We must be free like the birds in the trees. Why can't we live in peace and harmony? Why do we hurt each other when we could live as sisters and brothers? What was hidden from the wise, now
Liquidity giving a little assistance.
now is the time for us to join hands together. Let the world unite. No fussing, no fighting. Let the world unite. No fussing, no fighting.
Well, I think I displayed a good amount of patience after this point. I didn't really see a single opportunity to get involved. I guess maybe that was it. I don't know. Alright, well, that's it for me. Time to relax, take a break. Before I do though, let's just look. We see VPOC migration. Trying to short into the 4100. Risky. We have a strong impulse. Retest. We're seeing VPOC migrate. Probably shouldn't be on shorts. Looking for mean reversion. Holding below 15. Really strong impulse. I see the thingy iceberg. It's just not a good trade. That's gambling. And that was all my actions for the day, so bad. We got some movement here.
Vice toss.
Really strong buying there. Let's take a little bit of a closer inspection. VPOC migration. Now we're up at the high. This is the way things go in a trending market. Really limited opportunity.
Vice toss.
Pretty hard to get on board in my opinion. That's like a bullet train. Right when VPOC migrates, so. Could enter here, 35.6, but then you can't because you have to risk too much. There's just no entry there. 354, 13, 13, 38. Really small selling structure, break, retest, potential entry, but bullet train. Now we might see the same trend like structure we usually see, which is like maybe it'll pull back, or no, we're gonna create volume, it's gonna lift, and then maybe just like float and then rip. But the market's on its way to that target at 50. Alright, break time for me. GG.